What is going on, Life Fitness Coaches? Welcome to another episode of the Change Lives Make Money Online Trainer Podcast. And guys, today we're going to be talking about being fucking broke. Being broke would suck, dude.
We have been broke.
I know.
I know what it's like to be broke.
Yeah, so do I.
I know what it's like to be so goddamn broke that I can't afford groceries. So have you ever watched the show Trailer Park Boys?
Bro, I used to live in a trailer park.
No, but have you watched the show Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah, I was one of the boys.
Yeah, so like this is the thing, right? So like you can relate to this. Well, you might be able to relate to this exact story, but it's funny. So every year I watch Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
Like I fucking have to. So Julia will come out of the room or she'll come back from something and the show's on. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me right now?" Like why? Like, because this used to be my fucking life is why. Like I legit used to be the dude with his friends that would stockpile loonies and quarters and toonies and all this money so I could have enough change to go to the store to buy pepperoni sticks and fucking vodka. Bro, I've done that.
Yeah.
That's legit used to be my fucking life where we would just stockpile all the money we had in the house so I could go buy vodka and fucking pepperoni sticks, beef jerky.
Yeah. I think that like for me being broke when I was younger, like I was the kid that we bounced around from, like I went to 7 different elementary schools, and that's not an exaggeration, because every year when we go to a new one, my family would get kicked out because we get evicted because we couldn't afford rent.
Yeah.
And so growing up, like my whole family like struggled for money. And so when I got to like 13, 14, 15, 16, like I was willing to do whatever the fuck it took not to be broke. And at first that was like, I would like go to the mall and I would literally steal nice clothes because I was like, I'm not going to fucking be broke and I'm not going to look broke anymore. I'm fucking sick of it. So I would literally like steal my way into fucking,
I get it.
you know, I was like, I'm fucking not being broke anymore. Like I'm fucking sick of it. So I get what it feels like to be broke. And I almost like resent the mentality of being broke because I know the type of character that it takes to stay broke. And the type of character that it takes to stay broke is a fucking victim.
Yeah, 100% it's a fucking victim. And like this is the problem with today's society is a lot of individuals don't want to say that because it is quote unquote like insensitive. But dude, like I understand what it's like to literally be broke as shit. It was funny when you first mentioned the elementary school thing, you like started talking about it more recently, like than you'd ever had before.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said that, I resonated again because I was like, fucking, did the same thing. And when I think about this, I'm like, I can count 6 elementary schools in my head right now that I went to as a kid, fucking floating around all over the place, not having any money for food, stealing groceries. I'll keep it a buck with you guys. I did not fucking get my shit together until I was like 23 years old. When I worked as an overnight stalker, bro, I would stockpile groceries and then I would just take them home. That was how we ate. We just like, that's how we got food and shit like that. I would just stockpile food and like different stuff like that. And then I would just bring it home. So we'd have like fucking bags of groceries and bags of clothes and bags of different shit because at night I just did whatever the fuck I wanted.
Dude,
I ran the whole place.
I feel you. I honestly get that too, because when I was a nightclub bartender, that was the same shit I fucking did. So I'd fill up bottles and I would overcharge because that would mean I'd get to pocket more money because I literally did not fucking know how to make more money. And like I was getting paid fucking dollars per hour and it was trash. And like trying to survive in a world that like is continually getting more and more expensive was a struggle. And so I literally thought that the only way to make money was to fucking
Steal, fucking barter, fucking lie, cheat, drugs, pretty much fucking everything. But like, let's be fucking real. Being broke is a victim mentality. And I get that it's fucking hard to change your financial situation. It takes time. It takes knowledge. It's a pain in the ass in a lot of aspects. But the reason why I feel like there's a big part of me that resents the broke mentality, just like you do, is the victim mentality behind it. The I can never get out. The I'm the one in the million. You feel me? I know you've heard that a million times. Like, well, I've tried everything. Like, I've tried to fucking change my situation. I've tried to get out of it. I've tried this. I've tried that. And it's like, no matter what they say, or no matter what you say, no matter what you break down to combat the mentality, the individuals that are still in that broke victim mentality will always just combat it with, I've tried.
I actually fucking can't stand it. Like I can think of people in my head right now where like every single time I talk to them, they've always got a fucking story. It's like, I got hit by a car, or this happened, or I got fucking laid off, or this happened, or I just dealt with this massive adversity, or I just went through another thing, or, you know, the lawyer bill didn't come through, or like the medical insurance didn't come through. And that's why I'm fucking struggling. Like I literally can think about people in my head every single fucking time I talk to them. There's always a story. Always. And every single time I talk to them, I literally have to bite my fucking tongue because I'm like, if I say anything to you, you're going to hate me for the rest of your life. Because I can't stand it because, dude, I've literally been in situations where like I talk about this openly. When I went to Bali, I had $500 in my bank account. I was fucking flat broke. I was in Bali for 3 weeks. Nobody in my family had money. And so I literally had to make money on that trip or I was going to fucking die in Bali. Like I couldn't fly home because I had no cash. Nobody in my family had cash. I didn't have any connections at the time. It's not like I had a big network. So I had $500 in a third world country, literally spending fucking maximum $5 a day on food so that I could like try to make it last the whole trip. And when it ran out, I was like, well, I either make money or I fucking die here in Bali. And so like that level of resourcefulness was developed because I actually like looked within. But I'm going to tell you a funny story, actually. I think a lot of people never look within to find the power and they're always looking out to blame. So I'm reading this book and it's called The Master Key System. I think I've talked about it on the podcast before. But in this book, they talk about how every fucking animal on the planet has the ability to basically tap into this like unlimited fucking energy that we all have access to do whatever. And so they talk about aphids. So they talk about aphids that are unwinged insects. So basically what this is check this out. This is going to creep you out. So aphids are like animals that live on plants, little insects. Yeah. So they put aphids on a plant and aphids need like the plant life in order to survive. And so what they did is they put aphids on a plant and they didn't give the plant any water and they let the plant die. Aphids, which are an unwinged insect, grew fucking temporary wings to be able to fly to another plant because it realized it wasn't going to get the resources from this plant. So aphids will literally grow temporary wings to fly to another plant so that it can survive and it can get life.
That's fucking crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
I hate bugs.
I know, but that's crazy. But that fucking same mentality is how the fuck you survive in real life too. But most people never do that. This is what happens when most people are like living on a plant that quote unquote dies. They have adversity. They get into a car crash. They get laid off. They're like, fuck this plant. This fucking plant is lame. This plant is a piece of shit. And then they tell all their other fucking aphid friends about how the plant's so fucking shitty to them. They all fucking bitch about the plant. Well, like niggas like me and you are fucking flying to a different plant. I'm like, fucking, I'm out.
Dude,
peace.
It's super
I'm going
true,
to this
man.
plant over here. I'm making money.
It's super true. Like
straight up.
Honestly, like there's a big part of me that resents the mindset. And then there's a big part of me that like dreads looking back at the individuals that I grew up with because of the fact of like that mentality. They're still all doing it.
I know.
Like I fucking have people that like, no joke, guys. I know individuals that if I took them under my wing right now and they actually did what the fuck I'd be like told them to do on a monthly, weekly, yearly basis, they'd be making six figures like that due to their work ethic, their mentality, because in their job, they're killing it. Like they're good at their job, but then like they just don't think they can reach the next fucking level and they stay in that bitch made fucking victim mindset of like the world's out to get me, not the world is giving me opportunity.
I love that you just said that.
Bro.
That's the bitch made mindset we're talking about. If you watch the news every single day, you have a bitch made mindset.
Yeah, listen.
You do, because like the world is out to get me is literally what the mainstream media feeds you.
Yeah.
It's like the world's out to get you. Everybody's fucked. Do you remember like the UFO shit they were putting out fucking 2 months ago?
Fuck out of
But
here,
like
man.
the world's out to get you. You should stay in your fucking house. You should put your fucking mask on. You shouldn't travel. You should rely on the government, rely on EI, and like be a fucking servant.
Bro,
that's the fucking mindset of 95% of people.
Talk about that UFO shit. Fucking Daniel literally came over like the next day. He's like, "You see the UFO shit?"
Oh my god,
because it was trending on social media.
I get it.
I was like,
right
away, I'm like, "Fuck my life, dude!" Like it's just one thing after the next, and
the world's out to get you.
This is the sad part.
Stay inside.
All right, this is the sad part. So many of you guys are locked under your bitch voice, meaning the bitch voice is so loud in your fucking head that it is stopping you from being able to break out. So you're locked under. That voice has your advocate, all right, the beast locked in a fucking closet in the deepest, darkest part of your mind, and you feel like you can't get out. So instead of looking for that advocate, instead of looking for the beast inside you, you feel a certain way due to the bitch voice. You feel a certain way about your situation. So what do? You branch out to other things to make you feel normal, like the news, like more victims, like individuals that are going to continue to hold you down. This is why I always talk about how you guys just got to be lonely for a bit. Like when you really want to change a situation, you got to be fucking lonely for a bit. You need to choose loneliness. Like Brian brought up Bali, and I'm glad that you brought up that example. Guys, I titled this podcast, Let Debt Be Your Savior. When I found Brian, I was beating my Percocet addiction. I had finally like started to get over it. I was still drinking every single fucking night. And I'm talking about either 9+ beers or at least a fucking half a 2.6. Like that's just what my fucking life was. And I was $20,000 in debt. And I had a $3,000 overdraft because I kept running out of money. So what I did when I was drunk one time is I went to Scotiabank and I fucking screamed at the tellers at the top of my lungs, and then they gave me a fucking overdraft. Like, I lost my goddamn mind because I didn't have any cash. So when I was paying B to be my fitness coach so I could start to get out of my situation because I finally got sick of being a fucking loser, I had no money. I was selling shit in my fucking house. I was like literally scrounging for scraps, just like I did when I was a goddamn kid. But instead of scrounging for scraps to get alcohol, I was scrounging for scraps to get money to pay for my fucking change in life. You guys need to choose to let the fucking beast out inside you at some point, because this victim mentality shit's got to fucking stop. You are the only reason why you're in the situation you are right now. Like, listen the fuck up to what I'm about to say. I don't give a shit what the fuck happened to you when you were a kid. Grow the fuck up, straight up. I don't care. I don't care what happened to you when you were a kid. If you're an adult now, it's time to get over it. Obviously, trauma sucks, but if you're broke, that's due to your actions. If you're fat, it's due to your actions. Stop complaining. Fucking take action once in your fucking life. It doesn't even make sense to me when people just play this bitch blame game all the time. Or when people around them allow their friends to play that bitch blame game all the time.
Well, dude, and like the reason that people around them allowed them to play the bitch blame game is because everybody's playing the bitch blame game. You guys get mad at me and Cole because we achieve success on such a big level. It's so funny. I was thinking about this the other day, how many people that we like used to be homies with in Kelowna that now like resent us because we just keep fucking succeeding. And they're just like, I feel like people like are wait for you to fall. And when we just don't fall, they're like, fuck those guys. Anyways, that's another fucking story for another day. But the victim mentality is like, I'm just going to fucking bitch about all the shit that's not working in my life. I'm going to bitch about all these people. I'm going to bitch about people that are more than successful than me. I'm going to bitch about how the government's out to get me. And we're all going to fucking complain and gossip about each other. And we're going to fucking talk shit about one another and blah, blah, blah. And that's going to make us feel better. And when somebody calls me the fuck out, like when I come across social media, Cole social media, the reason I get so triggered is because I know it's true.
Yeah.
I know it's true. I know I'm fat. I know I'm broke. I know I'm being a shitty parent because I'm fucking blaming my fucking overweight self on the fact that I have kids. I know that all these things are true. And I'm angry at Cole because he's fucking saying the truth. And I'm never going to make the change in my life because I'm unwilling to fucking do the work. And guys, this is why I talk about this a lot. This is why I truly believe that like when you actually start to achieve success, it's not competitive. Because 95% of people are not willing to do the fucking work that it takes.
They're not.
95% of people would rather talk. 95% of people would rather bitch about the situation. 95% of people would rather stay broke. Here's the funny thing too, because I'm going to talk to you personal trainers that are listening to this podcast. If you're a personal trainer that's listening to this podcast and you're trying to sign online fitness coaching clients, but then you yourself are like, I'm broke and I can't afford a mentor, you're the fucking problem. You're the reason that you can't attract clients. Yeah. Because if you're broke and you can't afford a mentor, you're attracting people that are broke and can't afford a mentor because you attract what you are. And that's also the same reason that we've got people that are bitching about their life situation. And they also have friends that are bitching about their life situation because you attract what you are.
Yeah.
And so like, you'll never get success if you're like, I'm broke and I can't, like, figure it the fuck out. Find a way.
That's it.
Find a way.
That's it right
there.
Get
resourceful.
That is why I said, let debt be your savior. All right. I had to go into massive debt in order to change my situation. Now, did I get into fitness because I thought it was going to be the thing that got me out of debt to change my life and save my situation? No, but I literally sat down one day, I looked at my life and was like, am I fucking happy? No, I'm broke. I don't love my body. I'm struggling with addictions. I have no friends around me that actually support me. And I feel fucking lost. But I can't control 95% of this shit. I can't control what I'm getting paid on a monthly basis because I've chose to go into this fucking career path. That's my choice. I can't control the debt. I fucked up in the past. There's no point in bitching about it. So I just looked at what I could control. Well, I can control what I put in my fucking gullet every day. Stop eating donuts, you fat fuck, and start eating good food like chicken or something. And then I was like, I'm just going to focus on that. And because I started to focus on one thing, what I could control, I then started to elevate my situation. I allowed debt to be my savior because I allowed debt to force me into evolution so I could rise even more. And then as I started to rise, I started to achieve more W's on a daily basis.
Dude, and that's fucking it. I think that's super important. And it's like the choosing one thing and figuring out how to elevate your situation in that one thing, because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
It is.
But like literally to say that you're broke and to say that you can't afford it, stop listening to this fucking podcast.
Figure it out.
I'm serious. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you actually think that you're broke and you can't afford it, stop pretending that you want to get success. because you'll never get success. You'll keep listening to fucking podcasts like this, watching YouTube videos, reading Instagram posts, and telling your fucking friends that you want to be successful. But if you honestly say that you can't afford a mentorship program, you will never get success, period. Period. Stop pretending. And it doesn't bother me. Like, it's your fucking life.
It bothers me.
It doesn't bother me. I'm like, go ahead. Fucking, if you want to fail, go ahead. Yep. That's on you. Yep. Like, I'm making the decision that, like, I will literally, like, when Bedros told us how much he cost, I was like, fucking sounds good.
We're like,
where do I send the fucking check? I fucking knew, because I'm willing to, like, go all the way in towards the things that I want, because I would rather fail miserably in the process than be too much of a pussy to start in the first place.
And let's touch on that, because you guys might be like, well, no shit, you invested in Bedros. You guys had fucking $200,000 saved up in the bank account. Now, I'm not even going to go into justifying that. You guys should use your fucking brains a little bit. But let's rewind fucking 3.5 years. All right. When we first started PT Domination, when Brian and myself had to sit in a fucking room and pool the money that we had saved up together to pay for our first mentor to launch PT Dom in the fucking first place. We figured it out. That's the entire concept. Figure it the fuck out. If you're broke and you hate your life, if you're broke and you want to change your situation, if you're broke and you want to be able to provide a better life for your kids and yourself, figure it the fuck out. What do you do when you want a house? Do you just bitch and complain that you don't have $500,000 to drop? Or do you go figure out how to get a mortgage? What do you do when you need a car? Do you just bitch and complain and whine like a pussy? Or do you figure out how to go get that goddamn car payment? You figure it out. You see, this is what individuals neglect to understand. Humans are resourceful in every sense of the word. If you guys actually want something and truly want it, you're not just saying it for the clout that you get or that pat on the back from your fucking friends. If you truly want something, you will fucking figure out how to get it. Period. All right. We are resourceful in every situation. We want a new pair of shoes. We're going to figure it out. Clothing. We're going to figure it out. Car, house, rings, fucking anything. You're going to figure out how to get it happening. Let's even look to third world countries. Individuals don't have water. They will literally walk miles upon miles to fill up buckets, to put it on their head, to walk it back to their fucking village because they have to.
Dude, and that's it though. Like, I think that the reason that 95% of Americans and Canadians are fucking pussies,
Western bitches,
is because they have everything.
Yeah.
It's like you have fucking literally everything. Like everything that you could ever want, you fucking have. And so even if, let's just fucking call a spade, you're lazy as fuck, you don't want to work, and you just want to sit at home and play fucking video games all day, you can do that in Canada and North America. You can do that. You can be fucking lazy. And then you could message the fucking government, make a fucking call and say, like, I'm struggling with my mental health and I need to be fucking on EI. And they'll send you a check for $2,000 a month, and you can just sit at home and be fucking lazy.
Or the vid fucking, what was it? The vid fucking revamp payments or whatever the fuck it's called.
Dude, so this is funny. In the Dominican, they don't have homeless people. And you want to know why? Because in the Dominican, the government doesn't give a fuck if you're homeless. So it's like, it's not like if you're homeless, you can fucking get some sort of like relief fund. If you're homeless, you fucking die, period. Yeah. And so in the Dominican, you literally see people that are quote unquote like living on the street. Like they're like hustling. They're fucking like, every time you stop at a light, they're like cleaning your fucking windshield. They're like talking to you. They're like, and they're happy. And I was talking to Taj, I'm like, this is like so much different. And he's like, Dominican doesn't have homeless because if you're homeless in the Dominican, you fucking die.
Well, and that's the thing.
So it's like, but we are fucking, we just coddle people,
bro. Exactly.
We just coddle people. We're like, it's okay. You know, it's okay to be fucking.
It's okay to be a lazy, fat fucking bitch. Like, I'm gonna be straight with you. Like, again, I call spades a spades. I'm going to tell you guys the fucking truth. You guys need to grow up. Stop being so westernized. Like, it's legit become a trend. All right. Where now people will have everything they need. They'll have a decent paying job. They'll be able to cover their bills. They'll have extra money for some fun with their family. Like, they're in a good place, and they will still find things to fucking bitch about, and they'll play the victim card. All right. This society, Western society, Canadians and Americans specifically, have gotten so goddamn soft that they just search for things to bitch about now. And you need to understand that the more you search for things to bitch about, the more you dig yourself into a hole that you will never be able to escape. And your life is going to be filled with toxicity and negativity.
My favorite thing too is like the people that are like stuck in this like victim. It's like, it's weird because I almost don't notice them anymore because I don't fucking associate with them.
Because your frequency is too high.
Because I just don't even fucking notice them. Yep. But it's like sometimes, you know, you're in situations that you get run into it. But I think it's funny because I've talked about when I said, like, I don't give a fuck if you join or not because it doesn't affect me at all. It's your life. I also feel like it does. Like, the funny thing about being negative and having a negative frequency and being a victim is that it's only negatively impacting your life. Like, you're creating this fucking hell for yourself. And you're literally complaining and bitching about being broke and stuck and whatever. And all the words that you're saying are literally shaping and carving your reality. Like, you're taking thoughts out of your mind and you're speaking words into existence, and you're creating sounds that are like creating law for your fucking life. And so when you're saying things that are actually as stupid as I'm broke, I can't afford it, like it's not the right time, like this is so shitty, you are literally carving your fucking reality with your words. And I don't understand how people are willing to place curses on themselves like that. Like, I don't fucking get it. Like, you got this, like, God gave you this like unlimited power, this fucking access to this, like, this brain that literally we only use 9% of it. And you're using your fucking unlimited power to complain about the fact that you're broke as fuck, you don't have any money, and it's so fucking hard. Like, I don't fucking understand. It doesn't make sense to me. And then those people are just stuck in their little reality and they'll never get out. And when somebody challenges their belief system, they get angry because they like being stuck. They like watching the news. They like complaining.
That's it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, and what makes them very angry. Like, you say you don't like it, but you do. You like your life, all right? You say that you don't like it, and that's why you bitch all the time, but you obviously do like it, or you would have figured out a way to change it, all right? That's like me taking your hand and putting it over a hot stove. If you don't like that pain, you're going to pull it away. But a lot of you guys are just sitting in this painful, horrible life that you fucking bitch about all the time, and you never try to fucking change. When in reality, again, you are in 100% control of your situation at all fucking times.
I agree.
At any moment, you could literally be like, you know what? Fuck this shit, man. I'm done with struggling. Ding, book a plane ticket and leave the country and go live in a third world country on a beach and have a great time as a beach bum. People do it all the fucking time. There was an individual that fucking is in Bezos' network. He literally lived in England, making multiple 7 figures a year. He was like, I'm not really happy, whatever. Went and did one of Bezos' programs. After he did his program, he had a come to Jesus moment. He sold his house, sold his condo, gave up all his supercars, relinquished to, I think it was like 3 or 4 very significant financial commitments, moved to the States, never fucking looked back. Like, people change their careers and the paths on a flip of a dime all the fucking time. At the end of the day, right now, if you were bitching about your situation, especially your financial situation, but you are not doing anything about it, then understand that you like being that guy.
You do.
You like being that girl.
It's comfortable.
You like being there
It
because
feels safe.
Exactly.
It feels safe.
You know that trying to challenge it is intimidating. You don't know the path. You don't know how to get out of it. You are scared to take action, which you should be, because it's fucking intimidating. You guys think it wasn't intimidating when I was $20,000+ in debt to fucking hire Brian and start working on my fucking fitness goals? It was fucking scary as shit. I had no idea that this was going to become my fucking life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that I was manifesting this shit at 7 years old. I was addicted to Percocets at 22, struggling with drinking every fucking night. I just made a decision to change and dropped everything. When I moved from Thunder Bay to Calgary, I didn't know that this is what was going to eventually happen. I just looked at my life in Thunder Bay and was like, I don't like this life. I don't like doing what I'm doing. What's the alternative? Well, I can move. Dope. And it was legit. Guys, I'm not coming back on the road trip. They're like, what do you fucking mean? They all left me. Week later, I flew back to Thunder Bay, grabbed all my shit, flew to Calgary, never looked back, never went back.
Dude, I resonate with that at such a deep level, because I think it, like, if you're broke as fuck, like, step number 1 is you literally just need to make the decision.
In anything.
You just need to decide. It was the same thing for me when I was overweight when I was younger. I was like literally 14 years old and I was 168 pounds. I was fat as fuck. And I remember stepping on the scale, and I didn't even realize that I was fat at the time, but I remember stepping on the scale, looking down at the scale, seeing the number 168, being fucking 13, 14 years old, looking at myself in the mirror and being like, holy fuck, I'm fat. And then being like, I don't want to be fat anymore. And then that day I asked my grandma to take me to Walmart. I asked her, I'm like, can you buy me running shoes? I bought running shoes. I bought a stopwatch. That fucking day, I went out and I ran around the trailer park at 14 years old. And all I knew, I didn't know how the fuck I was going to get in shape, but all I knew was I didn't want to be fucking fat anymore.
That's it.
And
dude.
I just decided that I wasn't going to be fat, and I started going for runs. And that's literally how my fitness journey started. And that's how my fucking business journey started too. When I was in fucking Bali, I knew, I'm like, I can't fucking die in Bali, and I don't want to fucking die here. So I don't want that. So I'm going to decide to start making money online. I'm going to figure it the fuck out.
It's just a choice.
It's just, you just decide. You're like, I'm fucking doing this. I'm growing this online business. I'm fucking taking this shit seriously. I am taking my fitness goals to the next level. I am leveling up my relationships.
Yep.
I'm releasing my fucking addiction.
Yep.
I'm letting go of the fucking vices.
Yep.
I'm letting go of the tobacco. I'm letting go of the alcohol.
Yep.
I'm letting go of the drugs. You just decide.
Dude,
You just fucking decide.
that is literally it. Guys, that's what you need to take away from this podcast is just fucking decide. Make the choice today. Again, if you're struggling financially and you have no fucking idea how to get to your goal, hire a mentor. You don't have money to hire a mentor? Let debt be your fucking savior. Figure it out. It'll be the best decision you ever made in your entire life. Because I'm not going to tell you to go Google it or anything else because you guys aren't looking for free information. You're looking for someone to help you. So if you don't have money to hire that individual to help you right now, figure out a way to get debt to pay for that individual to help you. Let debt be your savior so it can elevate your situation. Because again, I spoke about this on a podcast the other day. I'm going to say it again right now. So many of you guys are looking for a magic pill. You are not looking for free advice. Because if you were looking for free advice, you'd go on Google or YouTube or any of the other platforms that are way smarter than me and Brian. Let's fucking call a spade a spade. I am not smarter than Google. Brian is not smarter than Google. There's billions of articles teaching you about everything and anything you have ever wanted to achieve on Google right now. So if you wanted free advice, you'd be over there. But you're not. You're in my DMs asking me for free advice because you want a magic fucking pill. You're in Brian's DMs asking him for free advice because you want a magic fucking pill. So either figure out how to make debt your savior and get the fucking path to success, or go do the research your fucking self and make a choice to change your situation.
Guys, that's it. That's all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you got value from today's podcast, shameless plug, go check me out on Brian Mark on YouTube. Fucking follow the socials at The Real Brian Mark and the Change As Make Money on the Internet podcast.
And Cole Lewis de Silva on everything: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. That's it. Find me.
Peace.